Hello guys, and first of all I would like to welcome you all in today's video. In this video we will be learning about one of the most important writing section, that is diary entry. What is a diary? Actually, diaries are our personal notes. You might have seen many of the diaries. You might have heard of Diary of Anne Frank. Actually, a novel has also been written based on that very diary. Okay, now let's talk about our diary entry. First of all, what is a diary entry? Actually, a diary entry is just a personal, private or confidential note which is written by an individual to express his, her or their emotions or sentiments in form of a note where they express themselves. Actually, we do have our friends, many of them, but diary is such a friend which can be very much trustworthy. You can just bank upon your diary. It is not going to tell anybody your secrets. So, a generalized approach to write a diary entry is just being taught to you in this video. Okay, the definition has been written for you. Now, let's pay attention to some of the points which certain must be kept in our minds while writing a diary entry. The first point is, if not mentioned necessarily, no need to put any heading or the diary entry in a box. Very many students have been seen that they put a diary entry as well in a box. Remember, if it is not mentioned in the question, no need to put a diary entry into a box. Okay, and there is no such need to put any sort of heading. Now the second point, being an informal piece of writing. What is informal piece of writing? Remember, letters, articles or notices, they are actually formal piece of writing. They are official. But this diary entry is just very private. So being very private kind of writing, it liberates us. It gives us freedom from using any hard or fast rules. There is no such thing that we should be complying and implying to hard and fast grammatical usages. Okay? Use your emotions, your wills, and your descriptions. Generally, the tone is personal, friendly, and unofficial. Your language in the diary entry should be personal, it should be friendly, it should be unofficial. Now, the next point. If not mentioned properly, it doesn't necessarily need your signature as well. If it has not been properly mentioned in the question to mention your signature as well, then there is no need to put your signatures as well. You can just leave that. Okay, now the most important part of a diary entry, the format of a diary entry. So the very first thing is day and date on which the entry is being made. Okay, I have placed an example for you as well. You are Raman, write a diary entry in about 100 to 150 words on how you would enjoy a holiday. Okay, so being Raman, you have to write a diary entry in about 100 to 50 words on the topic that how you are going to enjoy a holiday if you got some time. Okay, so let's pay attention to format once again. Day and date on which the diary entry is being made. So the first thing in a diary entry should be day and date. So you can see in my example that the very first thing which has been mentioned in diary entry is date with day, 14th May 2020, Thursday. Do you follow? Now the next thing, time of diary entry. Okay, many books have been prescribing that time should be optional, but in my opinion you should be mentioning the time as well. Okay, so you can see that the time has been mentioned here. Next point which should be kept in our mind while writing a diary entry is salutation. Salutation means when you meet somebody, you just pay your regard and respect. So likely if you address your diary by some name, then you are free to mention that very name as a salutation. Okay, just see, I have mentioned as dear diary. You can see that here dear diary has been written. Okay, the next point and the most important part of the diary, body of the entry. Body of the entry means what are the main details on which you will be focusing. What compelled you to write this diary entry? So while writing those things, you should be very descriptive, very much emotional. You should be very much personal and friendly. Okay, you can see that I have mentioned a lot of things that like this, something like this. The last thing onto which you should be focusing should be writer's name, the person who is actually writing this diary entry. His name should be written in last. You can see here I have mentioned Raman. Okay, so this was the format and details of a diary entry. Now pay attention to this first example which has already been solved for you, and then try to solve this second question which has been penned for you down here. Okay, thank you and have a very nice day.